Greetings and welcome to the First Decade Games video YouTube thing. This is, as you may have guessed, a new channel, my channel. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I'll just be talking about games and video games related things that I'll feel like talking about too. I'm just getting started. I hope to learn a lot making these videos for you. Hopefully I will make more. There will be tons of content. There will be retro gaming, new games, there will be ROM hacks, there will be homebrews, there will be giveaways, and a lot of different things I really hope you enjoy. And to kick things off, let's start with a very serious question. My favorite game of all time and why? And that game is Streets of Rage. The year was 1991, and we were at the peak of the beat-em-up genre, with games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Final Fight, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, and Double Dragon. Sega needed something new to keep up with the game, and so was born Streets of Rage. Developed by Sega AM7 and published by Sega, Streets of Rage is a beat-em-up release for the Sega Mega Drive/Genesis, Master System, and Game Gear. The game takes place in a city controlled by a crime syndicate from the evil Mr. X. And so, there was a need for some brave heroes to put Mr. X out of business. That's where 3 ex-cops come into place. You can play as 22-year-old Axel Stone, 21-year-old Blaze Fielding, or 23-year-old Adam Hunter. How such young people come to be ex-cops, you may ask? I don't know, and I don't really care, cause this game is awesome. With such good competition, the game needed to deliver, and no man did it deliver. There were 8 levels of pure awesomeness, where you could beat all of Mr. X's goons until you get to the man himself. Not only was the gameplay spot on, the graphics were very good for an early title, and the music, oh my god, the music. Composed by Yuzo Koshiro, the king of FM synthesis, who already worked at games like Revenge of Shinobi, the music is an absolute orgy to the ear. A couple of years later, in 1993, what was already good became even better. Streets of Rage 2 was released. This time you had 4 playable characters. While Adam Hunter was a prisoner of Mr. X, in his place appeared Skate, Adam's younger brother, and Max Thunder. Graphics were improved with much bigger sprites, gameplay was also improved with new basic and special moves, and as for the music, once again was work of Yuzo Koshiro, accompanied by Motohiro Kawashima. You had yet again 8 levels of pure awesomeness, but with some new levels and level designs. Just 1 year later, in 1994, Sega released Streets of Rage 3. That would come to be the last entry in the franchise. Streets of Rage 3 borrows a lot from Streets of Rage 2, but with a somewhat faster pace than its predecessor to start with. Again, you have 4 playable characters to begin with. Max Thunder is out, being replaced with Dr. Zan. Not only that, but the presentation is much better, with cutscenes guiding you through the story in all new levels. One of the big changes to Streets of Rage 3 is the addition of unlockable characters that you defeat throughout the game. And another major improvement, multiple endings. Yes, multiple endings in a beat-em-up video game. The music, while not so spectacular as the first two, is good and once again work of Yuzo Koshiro. Now, this was just a quick look back to the franchise. You can look it up online, there's a lot of information there. I'm not trying to make a Streets of Rage history here. I'm holding in my hand Streets of Rage 2, because from the whole franchise is my favorite one. I think it's the best. But what really made Streets of Rage my favorite game of all time? Besides being an awesome game, of course. You see, and this may come as a shock to some of you, gaming has changed a lot since then. And back in those days, playing a game meant having fun with friends. Co-op gaming was a huge deal back in those days. My friends and I, we knew from start to finish games like Contra, like Castlevania, like Golden Axe or Shinobi. And these are just a few examples. I remember a few years later on the PlayStation 1 playing Final Fantasy VII, which is a one-player only role-playing game. And sometimes we would be 5, 6 or 7 friends in the same room playing a one-player only game. And that's how we grew up. Games were meant to be shared. Games were meant to be played like any other kind of game. So to have fun with your friends. And Streets of Rage, for me, is the pinnacle of having fun with video games and friends. There was nothing better than sitting in the same room, in the same space and time with your friends and just kick crime out of the Streets of Rage. So that's it. This is my first video, a video about a video game that personifies the meaning and the feeling of having fun with video games and your friends. What is your favorite video game of all time and why? Let me know in the comments section down below. And if you like seeing what you just saw, leave me a thumbs up, and if you want, subscribe to the channel. There will be more videos in the future. Until then, take care.